Calverts is a graphic design and production house. We are brand designers, communication designers. We are printers. We design and build websites. We do logos. We design film titles. And there are 14 of us. And the firm is a cooperative. And we've been going, or it's been going for 37 years.
The reason I like working at Calverts is because of the sense of autonomy. You can just get on with your work to the best of your ability, and basically you have to prove yourself. We have to do the accounts and finance, so every month we have to do reports, and everyone has a share and an understanding what's going on in the business and has a real impact. So I think that's important, and that's why I like working at Calverts.
Working in a workers' cooperative has definitely loads of bonuses, but I think coming from like a freelance position, the sense of support is really immediate.
You always feel that you have the chance to put in an input or a say, an idea. It's never going to be dismissed out of hand. You'll always get listened to.
We're in control of the business as much as we can be, given the nature of what we do.
Well, it came out of something called IRAT Services, which was the printing and publishing arm, or it was a company wholly owned by the Institute for Research in Arts and Technology. So it was a kind of radical arts place where they used to do pamphlets and poster making, but it was wholly owned by this kind of arts organisation. And there was a fight over a particular employee, and essentially the owners decided to close it down, and 7 of the workers decided to create a new business, and they decided to make it a workers' co-op, and so they basically founded Calverts as a cooperative society in 1977, and then they took over some of the customers and the business and the premises and stuff. Well, the really short answer is that there are no bosses here, and there are no external owners of the business. So because we have 14 equal shares, they're £1 shares. They're not, they're not transferable shares. Everybody has a say in the way the business is run. It's done through consensus. We don't pay dividends to anybody, so we're very lean. It's a very kind of egalitarian working culture, and that's probably the single biggest difference between us and certainly any other groups like us in London, I think. We work for some luxury brands, we work for clothing brands, fashion brands, and we work for property developers, and we do lookbooks for fashion houses. So that's some of our most, that's some of our sort of high-end work. All our print is high-end print, so we're working for other designers as printers. But then we also work for not-for-profit organisations, community groups, lots of arts organisations. We do lots of work for universities and colleges, particularly the creative universities, and we do campaigning stuff. So there's a real mixture in terms of what the kinds of people we work for. Well, for instance, in our design studio, you would in a design studio with 3-4, say 5 people, which is effectively the team here, you would probably have quite a sort of strong hierarchy in terms of from the junior designer to senior designer to creative director, and then some way there'll be an owner, there'll be a suit. The suits and the creatives. Now, while we do have that a little bit, it's a lot flatter than in most places. For a start off, we're all paid equally. It's certainly more resilient than most businesses. I mean, if you look at what happens to businesses, they come and go really fast. Like most, say, new design graphics businesses will fail within 3 years. 2 out of 3 of them will fail within 3 years. Calverts has been going for 37 years. We've never merged with another firm. We've never had anybody above being super clever strategically and making horrible mistakes, because essentially most senior managers make horrible mistakes all the time and destroy businesses. And also, people stay at Calverts, so we've built up an incredible kind of reservoir of knowledge within the firm about our clients, about what we do. So we have a lot of self-knowledge. There's huge experience, because on average people stay here for more than 10 years, whereas in most firms they'll stick around for 2, 3, 5.
And being a co-op, it allowed me to move from one department to another that I literally was much better at, whereas I don't think I would get that chance without a lot of much more trouble at normal companies. And it seems to be a much more accepting place.
Yeah, you make the decisions yourself. So if anything goes wrong, you blame yourself. That's the downside. But when you work for a boss, the boss just wants as much as possible out of you for as little as possible.